If you are triggered by a grown man whining about toys, or if hearing any kind of negativity about Funko and Funko Pops makes you start shaking, you are not going to like this video. Because I've always thought that the art series is crap, but today, Funko cemented that into my mind. I think I've seen maybe the worst pop that Funko has ever produced. Not too long ago, in a Target not so far away, it all started with the Star Wars Futura Pops, or Futura. I'm not sure how to say that, but he's a graffiti artist. And these aren't bad. Like, I don't like them. I don't really understand what this artwork is on them. It doesn't look like graffiti to me. It doesn't look like anything, really. It just looks like a bunch of scribbles. But they somewhat kind of fit the characters. And I just don't find the design, like, that offensive. I don't like it, but I can see why some people like these. But then, they did this Boba Fett, and they got really super creative and made it all black. And let's put the logo in red. And then they're like, oh, let's reverse it. We'll make Boba Fett all red and put the logo in black. How creative. A stretched out logo. There's also this like camouflage one that isn't too bad either. At least it kind of makes sense. Like camouflage. The colors are kind of like Boba Fett colors. And this one's really valuable, but only because it's rare. Not because this is some priceless piece of art. I'm willing to bet that in the future, this pop isn't going to be in the Smithsonian. And then we got all these Mickeys. The one on the bottom left looks like a bird took a bunch of rainbow shits on it. The Sorcerer Mickey, it's like, okay, cool, like stars in a galaxy. But it's not even cool looking. It's like the laziest galaxy art I've ever seen in my life. And all the other ones, they're just covered in like clip art. That's the first thing that comes to your mind. Like, oh, it's Mickey, so let's put M's on it. Oh, wow, M's. And this Mickey is holding buckets, so let's put buckets. And this other Mickey here, the Steamboat one, he's using his hands to turn the wheel, so let's put his gloves on it. And the firefighter one, well, let's make it red, and let's put a fireman's hat on it. If you want to make it look cool, make it just look like fire, like it's on fire. These Mickeys literally look like they just got clip art of the first thing that came to their minds. And then these two are like supposed to be Valentine's Day ones. Oh, and what do girls like? They like pink and wedding rings and flowers, which I guess kind of makes sense, right? But then they made Mickey like red and yellow. Does that remind you of Valentine's Day? It reminds me of McDonald's. If they wanted to make these two pops actually look like they go together, they should have just had Mickey like with the same pattern, but inverse the colors of the Mickey. Like have the base be the light pink and have the clip art be the darker pink. These pops are supposed to go together, but they don't look that way. Doesn't make any sense. And the Bambi. What happened? Did he go out to the ice and freeze to death? And this Pinocchio. Just fuck off with this. The Scooby-Doo ones, I guess kind of makes sense. The one on the left has a Mystery Machine paint job on it. You know, the van that the gang all rides around in and gets, stoned in. But that just makes me think, like, why don't they just make a Mystery Machine pop ride? Why is Scooby painted like the van? And the one on the right has bats on it. I guess mysterious. But then the purple is like these stripes and paint splatters. I guess these two aren't terrible and they kind of make sense, but are they necessary? Look at this Bugs Bunny. That has got to be one of the ugliest combination of colors I have ever seen. Orange, gray, green, and like these splooges of peach all over it. This is hideous. And what is this? Is that like a turtle shell on He-Man? Is that like purple marble on Skeletor? At least they made the eyes red on Skeletor. Looks a little bit cool. But I don't understand what this is supposed to be. Is it mimicking like the toy play sets? Are those like rocks from the Castle Grayskull castle? Or I don't understand. These Batmen were some of the early ones. The one on the left I guess kind of makes sense. It's got the ping pow poom from the old school goofy ass Batman show with Adam West. I can see why Batman fans would want that. But these other ones, is that blue camouflage with bat logos? And the two on the right, super creative. It says Batman and the Dark Knight all over it with bat logos. Genius. At least they're somewhat visually striking with the contrast. The Nightmare Before Christmas ones. Zero at least kind of looks like it has a candy corn color job on it, which makes sense for Halloween, I guess. Why it's on Zero, I don't know. But the Jack Skellingtons, what is that supposed to be on him? I mean, I guess I see spider webs, but what is that pattern? It looks like nautical. What is this? Then yesterday, Funko revealed these patriotic, through the ages, whatever the hell they call them, but it's a couple of Captain Americas, Captain Marvel, and Spider-Man in like silver metallic paint. I hope it's metallic, because if it's like flat gray, that's going to be atrocious, but I think it's like silver. And they put their thinking caps on and they go, you know what? Let's put their own logos on it. Little Spider-Man faces and Captain America shields and whatever Captain Marvel's logo is. And let's just put it all over it. And then on one of them, we'll just make it blue. The blue color on the background of these Pops looks better than what they put on the Pops. They should have just done that. And the eyes on these, especially the Captain America on the bottom right, it looks unfinished. These look like somebody that procrastinated until the night before and then just did this and turned it in. Like, I mean, it's sad when the background on the artwork that you're using to show off your art series Pops looks better than your art series Pops. They should have just made them like that blue background. And I honestly thought, you know what? These are hands down the worst Pops that Funko has ever made. And then they released this Donald Duck in this hideous red, green, and yellow pattern. When you look close, it looks like a little bit like it's Hispanic inspired, I guess. I mean, when I first saw this Pop, the first thing that came to my mind is that it looks like the same kind of design you see on a frozen burrito packaging, like, and not even the fancy organic frozen burritos. I'm talking about like the 50-cent burritos that explode when you microwave them for like a minute. That's what this design looks like to me. It looks like cheap ass frozen burrito design. I mean, if they want to do like a Hispanic inspired Donald Duck, why not just make a 3-pack of the 3 Caballeros? That would be awesome. I would buy that in a heartbeat. Or just make Panchito. That would be awesome. But no, instead we have this Tex-Mex ass looking Donald Duck. This Donald Duck, in my opinion, is the worst Funko Pop ever. I can't think of anything uglier that Funko has made than this. Look, maybe I'm missing something here, because there's nothing I like about the art series Pops. I don't even like the fact that they come in a hard stack, because that hard stack has plastic wrapping around it. And if you take that plastic wrapping off so it looks nice, it's no longer mint. So if you care about that, that's like another stupid thing about it. And they're also $18, so they're almost double the price of a regular Pop, and they're twice as ugly. But maybe there's just something I'm not understanding about the art series Pops. And I went to art school, so maybe that's why I'm not doing art now, because I just don't get art, I guess. But please, someone that likes these Pops, enlighten me. Set me straight. Let me know what it is about these Pops that you like, because I'm really curious to know. Because I guess, yeah, art is subjective. Maybe these designs just look very beautiful to some people and make sense, but to me, they don't make sense. They're not cool looking. Half of them look like they just have clip art on them, or I don't know. I guess the one saving grace about the art series is that they don't make a shit ton of them like they did the Chromes. And they're somewhat less lazy than the Chromes, but they're uglier.